Obi bi akwaba eba Melodies TV so. I'll tell you a personal story because that story way akama make a personal story bi atrem. Na my joy online report say President Akufo Addo katre Ghana for say debt restructuring no it was the darkest hour. Say emra wo ye president ade ma wo no President Akufo Addo otin nisuo pa debt restructuring. So debt restructuring na course no ene na ma ne tin nisuo. Na DNT ne darkest hour and they say lives were shattered. So I say debt restructuring was my darkest hour. Lives were shattered. Not to say onu Akufo Addo debt restructuring now we ye no. And the oko position wajiatum say essay nkrofo abrabo. Ekum nkrofo debt restructuring no. And then adia ne yapan. We are going to go into the story. Na Anthony Ebeko story nim no. Ma memfa ade bi nto dwa. On say and that was first time I subscribe it, right? For some time now me ye adverts efa book ho. Book a se wefu so a ebetumi ama se wefu so utie me na wefu so a ebetumi ama wefu ayeden akofom. What you say? Oye nyame wo book ni mu a wefu so beti. Now, me bebo audio bi atrem na I have this person's consent. We ye Melodies ebusuani audio no mema na fast kakra because it's just about 2 minutes. Inti we Melodies ebusuani a woto book no. Na mra woto book no na wo say ne fuso ne nan atatai na book no emu nyama no oyeye na wo say 1 month ni a woto book no yentie audio of the testimony no yentie.
Good afternoon, Melodies Michelle. Just saying I'm not going to some ninja honey casa because of waiting. So that is this affair. They and I choke me and I didn't think I'm an answer. I thought I said serious since 2023. Meeting up play could do gun and answer I do get a memory. And so I don't park soon. I exercise idea by my mom, my ya, and I'm to that, especially in changing noodles and me, and I do some yes and so now everyone was done. Mess with an immense I had it. Was an anxiety to one says I didn't get an answer. Said now, and as I teach me saying, I was it. And the bow grab when I want it. I say a monkey cow, and I say, why you monkey cow be visa? Sometimes something once I had there. So most of the times, I catch a madam say, if you're not my kidney problem, and I say, no one. I see you already in there. Maybe madam go hospital or come to come so she and more young than baby time. So if you're not, me turn your money, you're not making one of me. Not knowing, say, when you said that it's a private in your Bama Sadi, we are Jayama, when I said that I name in Sa, I edited in Yana and Sachin and now to me. Of course, I started that in 1 month. Nobody, send me my train yet to send me, but I'm in your Miss now, you stress mass and I Google me. I said, where you know, my bass on the morning, I can see no stress mass in the air. Say, because I'm starting to stress mass and so every time they started every time.
So basically, Melodies ebusuani o se wo fa plane kwa brochire ni nan ni na atatai. You see onye walking, onye exercise, or ya still ni nan na atatai. Obesori anopa no na ne nsa ni na ye titiriti. Na oye nyame wo me book nim no 1 month ni nan na atatai na ekɔ form. Na basa ene ne nsa na esoso ni na no ni na atwe. Me se wutie me. She sent another audio ba mbre ntimi mpese mebo. Na osi nefu. Se ni ana nefu ayekese no. Nefu na hyase ekɔ form. Na meka me se wutie me na wefu so a. The link in the comment box. Click it. And as a number ne wo screen is no 055 807 4986. 055 807 4986. To book no. Ati asiye WhatsApp yen na pe book ni bito. Now me minim mo fanche me advert no and they are yet thing. But I need on say me ye advert na me cool it down and na me bend the story ni. So and the President Akufo Addo ka Ghana for say debt restructuring the darkest hour. Now yen kan as the former President Nana Addo Akufo Addo have described Ghana's debt restructuring under G20 common framework as one of the darkest and most painful episodes of his presidency. Speaking at the AU-EU high-level seminar in Brussels on Thursday, October 2nd, 2025, the eve of the AU-EU summit, the former president admitted that while the process offered temporary economic relief, it came at a devastating human and social cost. I witnessed the suffocating grip of debt on our economy and our citizens. This deeply troubled me and still does. So up to lende, a yadia a shaneso. Up to lende, a yadia a hano. He told African and European leaders to akwako share impinyu for European leaders and African leaders. And I work can say we are trauma. As Ghana adopted the common framework in 2023, restructuring $13 billion in Eurobonds and securing commitments that delivered $10.5 billion in external debt service relief through 2026. Goes on and goes on. The most painful part was the impact on ordinary people, pensioners, young people, and small investors saw their lives and livelihoods shattered. So President Akufo Addo is admitting, say adia wo ye no, ohun say Ghana mpanyinfo nkokrafo omo abrabo eseye. Ohun say investors, small investors abrabo eseye. Ono na eka, the most painful part was the impact on ordinary people. It shattered livelihoods shattered. So this is what President Akufo Addo wakwako jina eye impanyinfo ni mu a oka. Na me who say President Akufo Addo akan say mo asema meka ne say why is President Akufo Addo working free? That was the question I asked. Why is President Akufo Addo working free? Because you see, once we understand that debt restructuring na eba just as the World Bank can say economic crisis you go through no na enye COVID na eye self-imposed, then clearly you will not understand why President Akufo Addo, the former president, is working free. Because me melodies amiti he say me shatter the livelihood of other people, the police will arrest me. Nyame mpengu ensida. But obi biara a woye normal citizen e wo krom ha. Die ntia na ato ACN ogusuti prison. Die ntia na ato ACN ya chi ni tumu. Because yesusu say enkrofo sika na wo handle e wo bank o mishandle ye. So he shattered the investment and livelihoods of people. That is why Atu ACN was arrested. Today, President Akufo Addo is admitting, say he shattered the livelihood of Ghanaians. He shattered the livelihood of pensioners. But President Akufo Addo is working freely because he was the president. President Akufo Addo is working free because he was the president. This was a man yenina yenim. Say President Akufo Addo knew say omobeye debt restructuring, but still came out, and this is what he told Ghanaians. He still came out to tell Ghana for say there will be no haircuts. Or say there will be no haircuts. So I urge all of you to ignore the false rumors. Just as in the banking sector cleanup, government ensured that the 4.6 million deposited affected by the exercise did not lose their deposits. Tio, President Akufo Addo knew say adia wo be ebe shatter the lives of pensioners, ebe shatter the lives of investors. Now so President Akufo Addo proud to all yes adia no ebe katren said there will be no haircuts. Why? Because Ghana for no some nim na mokoko yi musika investment na mo invest mu yi musika na ye nyanje intino yen country mu say there will be no haircut na mo keep musika no wo ho so mo keep your musika no wo ho no pa ene mo haircut hwe mi won nyame na agi mi o me amimiti he, and I kid you not, for more follow me for a long time munim say ya na me betena ha na me katre mo say masum daye ana mate ani bi wo masumu a eya na me katre mo sa de anisi me se me amiti he enye nyame na agi me unim de ja me ka se nyame na agi me enye nyame a na ka sa President Akufo Addo debt restructuring ni enye nyame a na ka me de misika akwa akohyem na nkenye mepe nka me maami a wako pension ne sika kakra wenya wo pension nka me mo no kra nso de ne di ahyem na nke ede nsem bebree ene beba adwendwen. Do you know pensioners are womu just because of adwendwen ade a President Akufo Addo de yomo and the worker say he shattered the livelihood of people no. Do you know? And let me tell you what happened. I went to the bank and I went to check on an investment. My year bank. And I've said that story here, but I'm going to say it again. And lady now what bank or no catch him say, oh, investment na me no about a year, but or treme bonds, government bonds say no yield na high. Into no treme. Min check here no na minye no rather. Because investment na my net treasury bill. So say bonds ni yield ni bonds no ni yield no high as in treasury bill no. Into min check here no na minye. And I'm catching so that time Charlie me say me koye bibi na nye no na me ye na asa only make as waste me time into me pentem and can so me kwaba. You see, and I thought about it. Into me coin and me koye research our bonds. And I mean say, oh, indeed. Because that time, no, the truth of the matter is, oh no man, me say bond for the very first time. I mean, my dear friend, a bond. Into me koye research for bond, no. And I mean say, oh, say a bond ne crown on the yield near high. So I was about to convince me mommy, say, oh, treasury bill ne crown and say, sikane nye high into me say government bond. Ti me koto inti no nso ombra ne yenko koto. And me mami o trust me was anya manimu. Inti na nko nso. Ba sa day no me da ya me sunda ye no. Da ya me sunye ni me sunda ye se na enkrofu osu se omusika ahye. And I'm telling you before God and man. Me sunda ye se na enkrofu osu so omusika ahye. Omusika ahye. Ena da ye ni mu no. Na mi jina nkrofo ni nim na asemu a me kan ye ne se hey we die mitia ye you e ka ketwa na nka me so be di misika akohyem. That was what I was saying in a dream. Enti me sorry ya na me hu se sa bond adie emfa ma me. I don't know but me sorry ya, that was the understanding I got say bond sa bond adie emfa. Enti later on I me beti say debt restructuring ka bond na anka treasury bill no na me te da na say hey nyankopon me da say wa gime inti se me te na hana me kasa say me President Akufo Addo sa debt restructuring na wo ye no ya de a me mfa nche ne da. One of the reasons no no and then amaka ne kra na tremo. One of the reasons no and say ka ketua na kenya me pemisika na medical shame na ka me ma me pension sika eka kete. And then American actor a friend Michael Blackson. And run me hear the interview be our call Breakfast Club show. Up till now, or Bogana Dimbone and I'm sad debt restructuring because of the Nisika Bishemu. Up to now, or Bogana Dimbone our American platform so because of that debt restructuring. Do you know the lives President Akufo Addo was saying? Sad debt restructuring no ye no. And to think say sad debt restructuring ade no enya ade bia ye beka say eye abontin na airbow eye self-imposed. Because right before 2021 ehona nkrofo sha say so mo ka say senia mo bobosia no eye too much munyai and about nya beka trend so mo bosia na wo mo bo no eye smart borrowing. So people knew that baby are more kono enye. But MPP for catching say wo mo abensin yen complacency. And am MPP for adie tum omo na to omo no eye complacency. Wo ye bone adie na wo ye na enye o se da bia no ana meye ene ne ma ti ende President Akufo Addo catching say eye ne darkest hour. Ya catchre wo. O di kan catchre Ghana for say wo nye and you went on to do it. Oh yeah, still you were campaigning and telling Ghana for say MPP mo abomo den mo na mo ayade and then they walk out there and say what you say you shattered lives. You shattered livelihoods and investors. pensioners. And then the President Akufo Addo asema walk. And then it goes back to the question, why is President Akufo Addo working freely? He is admitting in front of world leaders that he has shattered livelihoods, but he's working freely. You see, aside President Akufo Addo adiana wa no, we kum soon Ghana for investment soon. We kum sa investment soon. And then so catch a young guy, Okriska, now catch a young guy say, on first can konkoshe baby, on beso beye. There is someone I know recently me advising no Charlie usika ye that bank no enye hwe o fa kotu baby o se wo no on person de beko osro DNT a niente ya na President Akufo Addo ye debt restructuring me na me fa musika nkoshe nti ende ama young people en person may invest your musika na when invest your be see de sika. And it is even one of the reasons why I'll be launching my book on investing in Ghana, because we need to still get Ghanaians investing. Say Jumana and Crawford, yeah, ma Ghana for Babe do investing. The President Akufo Addo ban no Babe say no. Sad debt restructuring idea wa yeah. So we need to, and listen, me I tell you, her book na me ton on me funa on oya the mabo audio book no ye munyama we fu be ko from no. Sa book na me ton me enye se me so keke. If you know me, if you know me and you've been listening to me for some time, when him say me melodies on this platform, I'm open and I tell you guys, eto de bia men sorry keke nya de, metini e wo masum na maye. Sa book amatro ya next week me launch before God and man. And that's me sorry keke na me say me intro book about investment. Metini no wo masum. Write a book about investing in Ghana. A practical book. Will be somewhere. Onim baby odi ni sika be sha dachi ebe si ni ye. And it is one of the reasons. Because of Bonia President Akufo Addo, ye wo Ghana ha no. Nyankopon hyehyɛ wo man ne back. Some of us, the little we can do is to educate people on other avenues to media musika share to build up that investment spirit wo Ghana ha. And the President Akufo Addo is admitting. Hey, your comment box. And around that time, people were telling your finance minister, said Pameno, also one year. And then the President Akufo Addo is admitting that yes, they shattered lies. Do you know what it means? Obia brain emoji. Masa, me was tried there for 38 years. 38 good poly years. 38 years, no bra wa bre. Transfer no. Nanti a 190. Nyame see within 38 years no. I don't even want to imagine it. Say owie ye no ni sika no ko betumi de twa nenum spedede. Obetumi de tutu kwan at least say you no ni sika omreye. Obetumi de tutu kwan de akwa akotwa nenum. And so say dabi me pese me invest sika no. Nanka I don't want to even imagine it. So oko invest sika no in government bond. President Akufo Addo ne mismanagement inti nende sikano ti ano so obenya ne sika bag ya ebi after 15 years obi a wedi 60 abre ne moja ni enya ne sika na wo don sa be boss sika nim no dia wo de bre ni pakro ni in the name of debt restructuring. Masa President Akufo Addo ade a wo ye no boniu TMPP for 38 na wo munya en kra na me me wanwan because na Ghana for bebrete ade a President Akufo Addo ye na se a me say read every single book. The book I am currently reading, the title of the book is The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. That is the book I am currently reading. Benjamin Graham, one of the richest men, in fact the richest investor in the world today. Your friend Warren Buffett, the richest investor, invest in stocks and all those things. Your friend Warren Buffett. Benjamin Graham now will throw a book, no training Warren Buffett how to invest in stock markets. What to look out for in stock market. That is the book I'm currently reading. Read this our book now. Benjamin Graham Beckattrell said, keep it simple. If you want to invest to become rich in the future, keep it simple. between bonds. Or no put there, or recommended bonds. Because bonds will never default. Government bonds, no. They will never default. So in the book, keep simple bonds. Oshana say true so na bonds no kakra na stocks. But no crab true say keep no. Me invest in bakum bro 70%. Inti say bia bonds na opese oye na majority a sika no chemu 70-30. Na fa 70 share bonds mu, na fa 30 share stocks mu. Inti oshana say sika na after a year e grow a now what we are pushing no why 100% no na still inti bonds no na grow in stock na tine de no so kakra na fa be stock nim stock ni grow same bond na so that is the simple strategy of Benjamin Graham in that book or recommended because it is unheard of say obiato government bond now you say bond na default a robbery in the highest order. If you understand what I'm talking about or if you don't understand, speak to obi biara or your investor or be can say mo American natural a robbery in the highest order. Say you say bond ebe default robbery in the highest order because I buy edge bond no there no there I buying bonds no or the year juma into what I buy jimisika the year juma we own person obema misika a robbery in the highest order. I said the idea to seal tiso a jiusika. Today you are telling us you have shattered lives. Nyame nko me see Nyankopon he will rebuild his country. Some of us in America no in a very small ways. The book I am writing on in fact book no me matrewie just that next year and I say me release it. Book no matrewie I've sent it to some 1 or 2 people so I'm reading am here. In fact in Akufo Addo me no be am send book na mo no. They've even started using it investor or shall say invest because the things I've said in the book no they liked it so much. It's my true book maybe. And it is not by it is not by me. And yes, I'm sorry, and I say, oh, what book should I write next? Darby. Even the book I've told you, the book I was personally writing, no, it was a different book. Last time we did Tremo, it was a different book, and I just heard the voice. What's the book now? Toronto to baby, write a book on Ghana, how to invest, because God wants to build that spirit of investment back. So our book, no, we are. I'll try as much as possible to place it in a lot of stores in this country. There's a lot of bookshops, so big bookshops. No, try as much as possible to place in those bookshops in this country because that is the purpose. That's the work. People need to know. In fact, even how to invest in the Ghana Stock Exchange and those things. What I said because God wants to rebuild the country. Into the small thing I am so you have really the be say you man no. No. And now President Akufo Addo adia wo ba be ye. Hey, Montreal Mwadjon. Asem we wo me se me kan wo. Passionate. Makuma because you don't know. Me say enya sa daye, enya se me obi a. Nyame adum. Enya nyame adum. Ena sa ade ne me daye so sa daye na. Na kabadista me sika hyemu. Kabadista me ma me nso sika hyemu, ne pension sika hyemu. The only thing that prevents me from purchasing the bond, yes, I die na me soon. That was the only thing that prevented me. Mansun sa die na kamitiati. So imagine say me nyo bia na me da me soon die, and I imagine say me yobia me soon die me nkai. Imagine. See, sa same way there, bonds restructure, friends, debt restructure no. They be as asem ne ba. President Akufo Addo sa de no, me se me fan chene da sa de no. They be a ba. Na ono kwa no ende ye da se so ono kra we hu se de oye ye no say nkrofo abrabo. But nyame ye de ni gya nyame. Mo tre mo adwo comment box ni mo. Me da se.